It's Bengie Jumpable.
I don't think Bengie Jumpable is a word.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Pick a Fight. Listen, we're about to watch the movie Tenet, well, at least a clip from it, and we're going to learn some leadership lessons and how we need strong relationships in our lives. So if that sounds interesting to you and you just love the movie Tenet, stick around. We're about to jump into it. Welcome to Pick a Fight.
Told you left the building.
Even the dead need allies. I need an assist in Mumbai. I need to get to Sanjay Singh.
Sing. He never leaves his house, and his house is, his house.
Yes, it is. I'm looking right at it.
All right, so right from the beginning, the protagonist says, hey, I need an ally. You know, like I need some help here. And I'm just telling you, as men, we need help in our lives. We need people to speak into our lives to help us along the way. So this is what an ally, the definition is. It's to combine or unite a resource with, let me try that again. It's to combine or unite a resource for mutual benefit. Combine or unite a resource for a mutual benefit. I'm telling you what, God has already put people in your lives who are going to help you. And this is what happens, especially in leadership. As we go higher up, right? It's like a triangle, you know, like there's less options at the top. But what we tend to do is we think that means we have to be alone at the top. King David was the king. Well, this is before he was king, but he was up there. And his boy was Jonathan, like someone he could trust in, someone he could rely on, someone he could confide in, someone who would help him advance in what he was to do. And that's like us. We need a Jonathan. Maybe you're David, maybe you're Jonathan. You need a boy in your life that you can speak to, you can be open with, honest with, say, hey man, I'm just stuck. I need some help here. And let them help you. Let them speak into you. Let them love you, minister to you, pray for you. When's the last time you had a dude pray for you? When's the last time you even asked a dude to pray for you? You got some pride going on? I'm just saying that we do that. We tend to do that. We don't ask for prayer because we think we can handle it ourselves. Ask a dude for prayer. Let's jump into this next scene.
It seems you need an introduction to a prominent Mumbai local on short notice. I'm Neil.
I need an audience with Sanjay Singh.
Yes. Vodka tonic and a Diet Coke. What? You never drink on the job?
Well, I prefer soda water.
No, you don't. It's Bengie Jumpable.
I don't think Bengie Jumpable is a word.
It may not be a word, but it may be your only way out of that place. Or into it, for that matter.
So Proverbs 17:17 says, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. And I just gotta say, who's on deck in your life? You know, who's ready to jump in and fight adversity with you? Because that's what we see with Neil here. Like, even when the protagonist brings up what he wants to do and Neil's like, that's impossible, the conversation continues. We need conversations like that with men, that when we bring up something like, oh no, that's impossible, but they'll continue to have the conversation with us. And a dude who truly knows us, like Neil, he knew that he ordered, that the protagonist said that he preferred soda water, and like Neil's like, no, you want a Diet Coke. Like, he knows him. Do you have anybody that knows you, bro? Do you have anyone that you can talk with that knows your junk? I'm telling you what, you need one dude who knows your secrets. Because if you don't have a dude that you can confess your secrets to, sooner or later, those secrets are just gonna get out and everyone's gonna know them. You just need that one dude to confide in and who can help you with the things. Even when you feel like it's impossible. Man, it's impossible to get through this. He's there to help you through it. Favorite part, because obviously it's like action part and stuff. But it's just cool. I love the way Christopher Nolan directs things. But here, I love what Neil says. He said, Bengie Jumpable. And then the protagonist is like, that's not a word. And here's the thing, it's not a word, but it's creative, right? Like, we need people in our lives when we're trying to get somewhere. They might be like, hey, have you thought of this? I'm like, no, I never even thought about that. Does that even make sense? Is that even a thing? Can I even try that? That's where we need people who are going to help that creativity and give us a different perspective on life. Now, I'm telling you what, some of you, this is a great, resource for you, an older dude. Who's an older dude at your church? Who's an older dude at your workplace? Who's an older dude in your life that you're like, I want a marriage like him. I want finances like him. I want kids like him. I want relationships like him. Find yourself an older dude who can mentor you and pour into you that you can learn from. And that he might say, oh, is that Bengie Jumpable? You're like, that's not a word, but that dude's got some wisdom. Listen to the dude who says Bengie Jumpable. But we need to find out who has God put in our lives already that we can lean on and lean into and learn from. And you know what? When it even comes to things like that, when you have a buddy in your life and he says something, don't get so caught up on the little details of the word when it's like he's trying to help you take that next step. Because that's what Neil was doing. He was helping the protagonist take that next step of how to get into the building, even though the protagonist had no idea. And he's like, no, that's not going to work. And even saying, well, yeah, you know, that the building's too low to parachute off of. No, Neil's mind was somewhere else, thinking a different way. See, even when you start having conversations with people and you begin to brainstorm, you might be like, oh, they're thinking this, but they're actually thinking something completely different that is going to help you get to your next place you want to be. I want you to know, men, God has a plan for your life. Something Bengie Jumpable. And I'm telling you what, some of you are caught up because you're alone and he's trying to put someone beside you to help you take that next step. What are the passions that are in your life? What are the desires in your life? What gets you excited? And who do you need to talk to about that to help you figure out how do we bungee jump into a building and how do we get out of it? Like, how do you take that next step? How do you reach your goals? There's a guy in your life that can help you. God has already placed them there. You just got to lean into that. So what's it going to take for you to put on that vest? What's it going to take for you to do something that isn't a word? What's it going to take for you to step up and say, hey, I need a dude in my life to get me to that next place? Einstein said this, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Some of you just need to change your thinking and get someone in your life who has different thinking. Hey, again, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining me today on Pick a Fight, where we are watching movies every Friday. And again, if you want to subscribe, what you're subscribing to is 10-minute teachings on how to fight for your leadership, your relationships, how to fight for your spirituality, and how to fight against lust. So go ahead, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. So then anytime I post a video, you're getting it. Thanks for joining me on Pick a Fight.